application companies. So in 2024 alone, it was reported that digital lending in Tanzania reached 4.22 trillion Tanzanian shillings, nearly doubling from 2.20 trillion T shillings in 2023. So such platforms are becoming important for small businesses, especially those that struggle with formal collateral or lengthy loan application processes. So in today's session, we aim to unpack the landscape of financial access for healthcare businesses in Tanzania. So we will explore both the broader systemic challenges and the exciting opportunities that digital finance offers. So the panel will feature the insights from telecommunication company, and here we have Vodacom, and the digital loan providers, Medical Credit Fund, who are our hosts today, and the healthcare business owner, who will discuss how digital loans can provide revolution in access to credit. So as we begin this important conversation, let us recognize that improving financial access for healthcare, small and medium enterprises is not just a business imperative, it is a public health priority. And when healthcare providers are financially empowered, then they can deliver a better and more consistent care. So by closing the financing gap, we can strengthen the Tanzania's health system from the ground up and support initiatives towards the universal health coverage, which is also part of the key theme this year. So karibuni sana, and I would want to invite my colleague, Delphina Thomas, who is part of the Medical Credit Fund team. She's a business advisor, so that she can tell us more what Medical Credit Fund is doing before we hear more from our panelists. Karibu, Delphina.
Asante. Thank you, Helga. Asante sana. Following Helga's presentation, we have a brief presentation of what Medical Credit Fund is, and what we are doing to address such challenges that Helga has just said here, addressing these challenges that we have recognized from the health financing. So this presentation that we are going to present right now will talk about the solutions that we are coming up with as Medical Credit Fund to bridge this gap of health financing. As they present, okay, thank you. Next slide. Okay, so the first slide talks about Medical Credit Fund. So Medical Credit Fund is a fund that was established dedicating to debt financing healthcare facilities. So as my colleague has previously said here about the gap of debt financing, especially on the health facilities that are private, so that was what prompted the Medical Credit Funds to be established. So as it says there, it's the only fund that deals with debt financing for healthcare companies in Africa. And this Medical Credit Fund is an entity part of Farm Access Organization. For those who were in the first session, we had a first session in the morning. Farm Access was talking about universal healthcare. So Farm Access is an organization that deals with making sure that quality healthcare is available to everyone in Africa. Now, from pushing this goal of having quality healthcare, we realize that ensuring quality healthcare to individuals or the end user, the patients, we have to improve those health facilities. So hence the establishment of the Healthcare Medical Credit Fund. And Medical Credit Fund, as I said, combines, we not only are doing debt financing, but we go the extra mile of not only giving financing or giving debts to these healthcare facilities, but we ensure that these healthcare facilities, they improve their quality through the technical assistance that we offer. And we also give we ensure that these loans that we are giving, these health businesses, they can manage. So we also give financial trainings to these healthcare facilities. Next slide, please. So where we work as Medical Credit Fund, as I said, it's originated, Farm Access is an NGO from the Dutch. So our main head office is in Amsterdam, but our operations are in Africa. So currently we are in Ghana, Kenya, we are in Uganda, and Tanzania as well. So next slide. Okay. Now, coming to talk about why Medical Credit Fund is talking about on this forum of debt financing. So, as I said, Medical Credit Fund, we give loans to health facilities. And through this, we have established a product called Afya Mkopo. And this Afya Mkopo targets clients are health facilities which are small and medium health facilities, which are private-owned or faith-based organizations. And the loan amount is starting from 200 TZS to up to 100 million. It's a short-term loan because the loan is a working capital, and the aim is to give these health facilities like a cash advance to be able to run their operation, either, for example, like it's ADOS, the drug accredited, or pharmacies, it's for financing or stock financing, or if it's dispensaries or diagnostic centers, they use the funds to either buy equipment, or if it's a hospital, they can use the funds to pay for their daily operations, especially to bridge the gap that as the people are waiting for their funds from the insurance companies, so they need funds to run on daily basis. So this loan comes as bridging that gap of financing. And as we say, the good part of the loan is, first of all, you can see that there is Medical Credit Fund, and then there is M-Pesa. So Afya Mkopo loan entirely is a Medical Credit Fund loan, but we have partnered with Vodacom in terms of us. We are the digital lenders, and we give the finance, but Vodacom provide the forums now. Just as the banks are doing, they provide the account forum for doing establishing credit history. As we are using a mobile statement or mobile transactions history for the client to assess or to do the credit assessment. Now, where do we get the mobile statement? That's when the Vodacom comes in. So typically, Afya Mkopo is being provided to clients who are healthcare facilities, but there are merchants who have LIPA number, or they accept payment using LIPA number. So if a merchant walks in and wants a loan from us, we will first have to get the 3-month mobile statement from the client, and that is the entirely financial history that we use to do the credit assessment of how much the client has. So as you can see, how we operate is different from the non-traditional banks that they use the financial statement or the bank statement. For us, the only financial statement or the only credit history that we are using is the mobile statement. And this is because most of the small and medium SMEs, they might not have established traditional accounts, and some of them, they have diverse funds that if they receive the cash, they use it upfront, or they use it to buy stock. So the only way to get these people to have, or the only way to loan to these people, you have to have a way of doing a credit assessment, and the only easier and convenient way is using the mobile. And this loan is non-collateral required, and this is one of the key components that we have established, because if you have listened to my colleague Helga has said here, one of the issues that these private healthcare facility have is to have an actual collateral so that they can get this financing. So medical credit funds, they have introduced this Afya Mkopo purposely to bridge that gap, that we only need your mobile statement, and then that mobile statement will be the one that secure the fund that you get. Next, please. So that's what I have just spoken about, is our partnership. As of September, we have already given out 90 loans to a lot of healthcare facilities, but as from the percentage-wise, you can see there, almost 50% of our borrowers are coming from pharmacies, followed by ADOs. These are ADOs are accredited drug dispensing outlet or maduka ya dawa muhimu, and then followed by 90% is laboratories, and 4% is on polyclinic, dispensaries, and hospitals. And also the regions that currently we are operating, we are in Dar es Salaam, Arusha, Kilimanjaro, Mwanza, Geita, and Simiyu. But we are expanding to other regions that we have. We have established critical partnerships, especially in different associations. One of the main associations that we have established partnership is on the Association for Owners of ADOs, who are in all over the country. So through those associations is when we partner with them in getting those members to get this Afya Mkopo loan. Next slide. So to summarize what I've just said today, we have prepared a brief short video that shows the testimonial of the clients that we have already served. So sometimes getting advertisement or getting discussion about what Medical Credit Fund has been doing from us, you say, oh, these are the people who are being employed by Medical Credit Fund. But when you get it from the client perspective, you will understand how much this loan has impacted their business and how much it has impacted the gap on the health financing and the healthcare communities. So it's just a short video. You start now.
Thank you, Delphina. So please, let's hear from the beneficiaries before we continue the conversation. Is it possible starting from the beginning once we have the sound? But also why we are having technical issues resolution. I noticed that on the map there was also Nigeria, and also there were other products. If once they're being solved, Delphina, if you can tell us more about those other products other than Afya Mkopo, just in a nutshell.
Okay. I thought because of time that we focused only on the product that is on the forums today. But yes, Medical Credit Fund, we not only doing for the small SME, small and medium SME, we also do direct loans. These are bigger loans that are anything above 100 million. But these ones now, it targets the assessment, first of all, is done through the banks, like the traditional method that we will require you to have the financials, the audited financials and the bank statement as well. And then this one is also the loan that we also require you to have a collateral. But these loans are mostly targeting for health facilities that want to do either construction or expansion, or they want to do equipment financing. They want to buy like an ultrasound machine or CT scan machines. They also want to add capital, a bigger, more capital, or financing an invoice that they want to finance for their operations. So yes, we do bigger loans that are above 100 million. But these ones, yes, we do them, and the time for this loan starts from 1 year to 10 years. It depends on the type of loan that you are taking, either it's construction or working capital or equipment financing. But for that, it will determine the time of the loan. So
Thank you, Delphina. So I think maybe we'll have to continue, and once we have the voice, probably it can be played at the end of the session. So I would like to invite our panelists, and please, once I mention your name and your profile, welcome to the stage. Please do clap for those panelists as they come in. I'd want to start by introducing Dr. Deogratius Emmanuel. This is one of, Deogratius Emmanuel Mahenda. This is one of our Afya Mkopo clients, and he's a urologist with extensive experience in clinical care and teaching. He's the founder and CEO of Mahenda Healthcare Services Company Limited, which is a urology specialized hospital based in Dar es Salaam, and also serves as the president of the Tanzania Association of the Urological Surgeons. Karibu sana, Dr. Mahenda. A round of applause, please. I'd like to invite Mr. Kilian Kamota, who is the head of Merchant Payments at Vodacom Tanzania, and he's with over 15 years of leadership experience in Tanzania and the United States. He has successfully managed operations, people, processes, systems, and customer experience across multiple organizations. And at Vodacom, Mr. Kilian leads a team of managers and specialists to drive business expansion, market penetration, and growth of merchant payments and value-added services. Over the past 5 years, he has significantly increased the active merchant base, revenue, and profitability by enhancing service quality, efficiency, and customer retention. He holds a bachelor's in accounting and an MBA from Walsh University, Ohio. Karibu sana, Kilian. I'd want to invite our colleague, Nick Mutegi. This is our Jirani, right from Kenya, and he's the head of digital lending at Medical Credit Fund. He has been involved in MCF's digital lending processes journey from the start, and is committed to implementing financial solutions that enhance accessibility and inclusivity and address real customer needs. Prior to joining MCF, Nick has worked as credit manager and analyst at Kenyan banks. Nick holds a Bachelor of Science in Applied Statistics and a Master's in Strategic Management. Karibu sana, Nick. Last but not least, I would want to welcome back on the stage Delphina Thomas. As I had mentioned, she's a business advisor for digital loan at Medical Credit Fund, and she's with over 9 years of experience in digital strategies. She focuses on enhancing customer experience and operational efficiency. And in 2021, she led the development of a digital strategy and mobile business model that fostered innovation and improved customer engagement. So currently, she supports healthcare service quality and business performance through access to digital credit, training, and technical assistance. Karibu tena, Delphina. Yes. Thank you so much. Apologies to the panelists. I've just been informed that the voice is back. So I believe we are not blocking the screens, and our panelists are able to see the screens so that we can listen to the testimonials before we have a conversation. looks like the voice is not back yet. And I just remember that I hadn't introduced myself. My name is Helga Mutasingwa. I'll be the moderator for this session. And I also work with Farm Access and the Safe Care program. Karibuni sana. So I think we'll have to continue. Please thumbs up if the voice is back. If not, perfect. I think to move around on that side and then
kutumia lipana.
Kuwekeza kwenye afya ni kuwekeza kwenye mustakabali wa taifa, lakini masharti magumu ya mikopo yamechelewesha ndoto za wajasiriamali wa afya. Medical Credit Fund iliyoanzishwa na Farm Access inabadilisha hali kupitia afya mkopo, mikopo ya mtaji wa uendeshaji kwa njia ya kidijitali. Wajasiriamali sasa wanapata huduma, kuboresha matibabu na kuwafikia jamii nyingi zaidi kwa mkopo rahisi bila dhamana, unaopatikana moja kwa moja kwenye simu ya mkononi bila hofu ya mipaka ya kijiografia. Na mfano wake unaonekana wazi huko Arusha, jiji maarufu duniani kwa vivutio vya kitalii. Ukuaji wa jiji la Arusha unamaanisha pia mahitaji makubwa ya huduma za afya.
Kiukweli nilipata furaha kusikia habari za Medical Credit Fund wanatoa mkopo bila dhamana. Mkopo wao unalipika kirahisi kupitia lipa namba. Wateja wote wanalipa kwa kutumia lipa namba. Hivyo wanakata mkopo wao kupitia yale malipo yaliyopita kwenye lipa namba. Tofauti na taasisi za kibenki, lazima ukusanye pesa upeleke benki. Pia the way unavyofanya miamala ndio jinsi utakavyoweza kupata pesa zaidi. Tumekuwa wanufaika wa MCF baada ya kupata mkopo na kununua mashine ya Utilization. Mashine tulikuwa nayo ilikuwa inasumbua, na wateja wale ambao walikuwa wanaenda kupima sehemu nyingine sasa wamerudi.
Kwa awamu ambazo nimepokea mkopo kwao imenisaidia. Maanake ilikuwa inahitajika kupata mashine ya kupima kiasi cha damu. Kwa hiyo imeongeza hata idadi ya wateja ambao walikuwa wanapata mwanzo walikuwa kidogo, lakini sasa kidogo wameongezeka.
Kutoka Arusha, safari ya takriban kilomita 1000 hadi Mwanza, kitovu cha kanda ya Ziwa, mji unaojivunia uchumi wa samaki. Hapa tunakutana na Marius Modest, mmiliki wa Hope, duka la dawa muhimu.
Kupata mkopo wa kwanza, kuongeza mtaji, kupata mkopo wa pili, vile vile kuongeza mtaji, kupata mkopo wa tatu. Katika faida tulizoipata, huduma kwa wateja itaendelea kuboreka. Muonekano wa duka unaridhisha.
Na sasa karibu Dar es Salaam, kitovu cha uchumi wa Tanzania, mahali ambapo fursa huchipua kila siku. Hapa tunaona mageuzi ya huduma za afya kupitia mteja mpya wa afya mkopo, hospitali ya MDM.
Sisi kwa kwanzia tumeboresha eneo la dawa. Kumbuka tunatoa huduma kwa wagonjwa wa bima. Na wagonjwa hawa tunafanya ni credit. Kwa hiyo unatakiwa utoe dawa alafu kuja kudai malipo yako. Kwa mkopo huu umekuja kutuweka vizuri kwenye utoaji wa dawa kwa wagonjwa wetu wanafaidika kwa dawa kwa wakati. Na kwangu mimi imekuwa rahisi kwa sababu sioni mahali popote panapoweza kutokea mgogoro kwa mkopeshaji na anayepokea mkopo, kwa sababu marejesho ni instant. Pindi tunapofanya digital money, basi sehemu ya mkopo inaondoka na sehemu ya kwangu inayobaki najua hii ni ya kwangu, haihusiani tena na marejesho ya mkopo.
Mimi kama mwanamke na washauri wanawake wenzangu walioko kwenye sekta ya afya waje huku Medical Credit Fund, kwani watapata msaada wa kupata mikopo ya nafuu na kuweza kukuza biashara zao.
Ninachojivunia kupitia mkopo wa MCF ni jamii iliyonizunguka. Hata huduma ya afya
bila usumbufu, na ndoto yangu ni kuwa na kliniki kubwa. Kama wananipa kidogo, nahitaji wanipe hata mamilioni 100 na waifanye ndoto yangu iwe kweli.
Digital money is the key MCF.
Kutoka Arusha kupitia Mwanza hadi Dar es Salaam, simulizi ni moja tu: afya mkopo, chachu ya maendeleo, uchumi jumuishi wa kifedha na huduma bora za afya kwa Watanzania.
Makofi mengine tafadhali. Kama tulivyoongea mwanzo, kwa hiyo kuwa mtoa huduma wa afya au wewe kuwa na title ya kwamba unatoa huduma, bado unaweza pia kufanya biashara. Kwa hiyo na afya mkopo au kama MCF wako tayari katika kwa support watoa huduma ili kuweza kufanya biashara vizuri, lakini pia na kupata capital. Kwa hiyo tutaendelea kusikia zaidi, na ningependa kwa kwanza na mwalimu wangu Dr. Mahenda, ambapo nadhani naweza pia kuwa ni kama inspiration. Wewe ni daktari, surgeon, neurologist, lakini pia sasa una title nyingine ya mfanyabiashara. So what have been the challenges that you have faced when you started the business, but also specifically on accessing loans, especially in the healthcare provision, that have helped you to grow in your business? Karibu daktari.
Thank you so much, Dr. Helga. Good afternoon, everyone. Being a medical profession and a business entrepreneur, these are two different entities. As a medical profession, you always give service to the clients or to the patients. I, as a surgeon, my duty is to give surgical treatment to my clients. But when it comes to business, this is another story. Having finance or medical finance to accomplish the project, this is very difficult, especially in our setting. If you go, if I give you my history, when I started, I was like, I can say it's like a full person. I went straight to the bank and I said it was one of the bank here in Dar es Salaam. And it's a very big bank. When I went there, I met a manager and I told him, I need a loan to start my private practice. They laughed at me because I had nothing. In my account, what I had was not enough to start my private practice. So they laughed at me. It's not possible. You don't have any credit history. You don't have any substantial amount in your personal bank account. You also don't have a company or any business that you own. At least the business should be there for 3 years. No bank will give you a startup business loan. You have to be in a game at least for 3 years and above. That was very difficult. So I started in a very difficult way until when I met MCF, Medical Credit Fund. And I met them during the Medical Association workshops or annual general meetings, in one of the annual general meeting. I heard a story from them. And then I applied for the loan. Lucky enough, in my facility, we are doing also digital transaction. We had plenty of digital transactions, including M-Pesa and the other M&O. But they said you needed to capitalize on a LIPA number from M-Pesa. That point when they came in, we take the digital statement from Vodacom. I had the initial loan from MCF. It was so easy because you submit your company or your facility credentials. They don't need any audited financial statements. I also submitted that digital statement from Vodacom. Within 3-4 days, I got my loan. That loan was short-term for 6 months. However, I was able to pay back after 2.5 months. Do you know why? It was possible because all the transactions were channeled through the M-Pesa lipa number. And the deductions, they are instantly. Whatever transaction goes in, there is a deduction for MCF. You don't crack your mind to save money for loan repayments at the end of the month. It's only instant payment. The more you transact, the more you pay loan easily. And if you pay a loan in a short period of time, that means even the interest rate is very what? Very low. If you go to the full term, the interest rate becomes very, very high. So, my friends, my dear colleagues, my business partners, this is the easiest way to access a loan for small scale and a medium enterprise. Karibuni.
Asante sana Daktari. I have more questions, but I think I'd want to hear from Delphina again. We have just heard on how it started. We have had the success stories, the testimonials, but what really made MCF target the healthcare providers? Understanding we have the perception, or the other banks, they shy away from giving loans to the healthcare sector, I would say. So what really inspired MCF, and what has been more added into the package of this sector?
Thank you. I think most of the things we've just talked about, but let me take you back to what when I was introducing. So Medical Credit Fund, as I said, is a part of entity from PharmAccess. And the main goal for PharmAccess is to make sure that quality healthcare reaches everyone. So our founder, when he started, he said that if Coca-Cola can reach every part of Africa, why can medicine not reach every part of Africa? So that was the main drive of the PharmAccess to start. So when we started PharmAccess, we have an entity called SafeCare. So when to achieve this goal of quality healthcare, we identify that these healthcare facilities needs to improve their quality, their business performance, how they are operating these health facilities. So that's when SafeCare came in. SafeCare comes in as also part of entity of PharmAccess, and the main goal for SafeCare is to ensure quality health care or quality services is being provided to these health cares. And how do they ensure this? They have a model that grades this health care from level 1, level 2, level 3, and they do wholesome assessment of the whole institution or of the whole facilities, from the walking in of the client, from the customer service, of how you arrange your bed, of how you give out medicine, the turnaround time of when the patient walks in up to the patient comes out, and the after services, after you have given out the services or after you have given treatment to your client, how do you follow up with your client? So once they do that assessment, they give you something called quality improvement plan. And this plan helps you to improve area of services that they've identified from the gap. Now, after establish this, we experience now that you have given out quality improvement plan, what next? You mean these healthcare facilities need funds to do those improvements. Now that's when to answer your question, the drive came in of establishing Medical Credit Fund. So medical credit fund came to address the whole cycle that we start with making sure quality health care is being provided to all, and then we give you technical assistance of how to provide that quality health care as a health facility. But now medical credit fund goes the extra mile to bridge the gap now of financing those improvement plan. So to answer your question also extra, what extra do we do as medical credit fund? We not only provide finance,
inspiration to Vodacom after medical credit with their model, and the only component that was missing was the digital component, or the place to provide those loans. So how did you get them, and how did Vodacom embrace this idea?
Thank you very much. So when you look at numbers here in Tanzania and the statistics, you'll find that Vodacom is the leading entity when it comes to digital loans in Tanzania. The value and the volumes of loans that we issue every month is more than any bank or any other financial institution. And I believe some of you knows our products, Songesha, Mwekeza, Wekeza Loan, Empower. We have merchant loans now for businesses. We even now have motor insurance digital loans. We can give you a loan to pay for your motor insurance. But Vodacom is also a champion when it comes to financial inclusion. And this started about 5 years ago. We did a study to understand what challenges their business is facing, so we can find a way to participate in resolving those challenges. We hired a company from Kenya, it's called Nielsen. We did a study, and in that study, we found that the number one challenge that majority of businesses are facing is working capital loans. And this is because majority of them do not have collateral to go to the bank and get loans. They don't have credit facility. And their majority of banks are looking at them as very riskier to offer them loans. So when the Medical Credit Fund approached us with the Afya Mkopo solution, we saw that this product is going to fit in our vision and mission of driving financial inclusion in Tanzania. And we actually saw that it will become a complementary product to our range of products. At Vodacom, we have a merchant payment department. We are digitizing payment for businesses here in Tanzania. We've digitized more than 1 million businesses now. We have helped them to receive digital payments, receive digital loans, digital savings. We now have financial wellness product called Mwekeza, which is a fixed savings product. So when MCF came, we were very glad because we saw that it is not going to compete with our product, but rather it is going to complement our product. So we have included it in the range of our products. And the merchants that we are digitizing there at Vodacom are in different sectors, including fuel stations, drivers. We are digitizing Bolt drivers, Masoko, Horeka, which is hotel, restaurant, and cafe, and of course now financial institutions. So this product is dedicated to financial inclusion, to healthcare institutions, and at Vodacom we are very, very happy and excited to work with Medical Credit Fund to accelerate this product and deliver real solutions that are real-life solutions to people's problems in our country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Killian. That's how we can see the partnership that happens. So any type of business is just looking at the opportunities, and not every business is a competition, and this is how we see how we get to complement each other. Nick, I know you're part of the Medical Credit Fund. Delphina spoke about other countries implementing Medical Credit Fund, and heard that Kenya Medical Credit Fund has been implementing for over 10 years now, and it's really doing very well. So from your perspective and experience, and I've been told that it's actually doing better than Tanzania, so what should we learn from you, and also how do we engage partners?
Thank you so much that the first loan that Medical Credit Fund did was here in Tanzania, 2009. So yeah, so this is where I could say home of Medical Credit Fund is. Now, when you look at how the lending was done back then, there was a bit of back and forth. Too much information was required. MCF is getting into lending, and there's so much that is required before we learned how to do what we do. But it took close to probably even 3 months to disburse that loan. That is the history. But today we are happy to report that not only in Kenya, but also in Tanzania, these digital loans are happening almost real time. In Kenya, the loan is requested at 9 a.m. in the morning, and by midday or lunch hour, the funds have been disbursed to either the client's mobile wallet or to their bank account through real-time gross settlement, that is RTGS. So indeed, we've had MCF since 2009, but digital lending began 2016, and I'm happy that I was involved in the concept. And one of the things that led us there, and of course is what MCF does even today very well, is that healthcare SMEs, like what Doc explained to us a moment ago, is that
first time also, apart from my exposure, but I really wanted to congratulate you big time. Based on multiple factors. One, we have a lot of medical students, they are finishing school, they're not employed. They're just there wondering where to go. I think this is a very big opportunity for them to grab and yet do their business, and we know exactly in public sector, we can't be able to reach everyone on our own. So I have two questions. One of the question is very simple, minimum versus maximum amount of loan the organization can offer. And then two, you have talked about so many good things, but what are the challenges you've experienced while you're engaging your beneficiaries in the process, especially when ethics is concerned, and et cetera, et cetera.
Thank you so much. I think it's nice we start by answering these questions, and they're more with Delphina, MCF, but also would want to hear the challenges from our neighbors. So, Delphina.
Okay, asante kwa maswali mazuri. So the first question was, how do we reach the people as of now? Yes, I think also we'll answer on the publicity part. So as we started, as they said, it was a journey that we started, that we are looking at how to say mapokeo ya product. So tulianza na direct marketing. So we have sales representative from the regions ambazo nimezielezea. So tulikuwa do direct marketing is in walk by. So we go directly to the labda mtaa huo, tuna explain our products and what we do. But also with Farmer Access and Medical Credit Fund, we also do exhibitions. Kama mlimsikia daktari hapa alisema alitumention one of the exhibition ambazo tupo. So we sponsor exhibitions hizi za healthcare mainly, ama zile za annual meetings, ama doctor meeting or pharmaceutical general meetings. We go to those. So those are places that we meet our clients. We also, as I was saying on my presentation, we have also expanded. Now we are looking into partnerships with different associations. And the most recent one, I will say, which is more successful, is the partnership with the owners of ADOS. Na hii partnership imetusaidia kutanua, we have expanded on the more regions because in each region or in each area, there is these associations that owners of ADOS. So from these, we get those members. These ADOS, they have minimum of more than 100 members. And in Tanzania alone, there are more than 20,000 ADOS, this drug dispensing outlet. So by going through this association, we are able to reach more people. And also as Medical Credit Fund, we do workshops. These are brief workshops that we meet different healthcare facilities on a particular district or in a particular region. We organize them with associations. And then we do a workshop of advertising what is MCF is doing. But we also, on this workshop, we also invite regulators like BRELA, business registration. We also, sometimes we also invite the pharmaceutical in charges or district pharmaceuticals, that they come in also to give their area of expertise on the side of regulations and policies. But we are also expanding through with partnership with Vodacom. We are now expanding to do marketing, marketing partnership with Vodacom, because as you are aware, Vodacom has a large outreach. So from now on, you continue to hear more about us through the partnerships that we are expanding, also expanding in social medias as well. So I think that also addresses the publicity of the product. So how to finance those, we have not started. So currently, how the Afya Mkopo loan requires a person to have an existing business. But not having, if you are in the healthcare industry, it doesn't limit you to work with us. As I said,
We have the technical assistance that we offer, but we also offer financial training. These ones are specifically for healthcare facilities, or specifically for people who want to start business in healthcare. So we also do that. So it doesn't mean that just because you have not started a business, you cannot work with us. We can start somewhere. We can start with the the educational part. We can go back. We can go to quality improvement plan. We also partner with the regulation like Dwella. They give you the direction of how to establish a business, how to license, or how to register your business. And once that is done through the partnership with Vodacom, they can also, if we go to these workshops, we also move with the Vodacom people so they can also guide you on how to get a LIPA number, how to start using it, and then towards that, I believe we can work with. So we consider these health facilities partnership. It doesn't just start on financing. It starts from scratch, and then towards the journey, as Nikki said, that we have started with these health facilities at the bottom, and then now is when some people, some other healthcare facility or healthcare financial institutions, they want to finance them. So we can still work together. As for the minimum loan is 200,000 TZS. The maximum amount is 100 million for the for the loan. Challenges of engaging beneficiaries. Let me give first Nick this, and then we can say for us as well.
Thank you, Delphina. I'll pick it up from where Delphina used it. So there was a question on someone who wants to start a business. Obviously, it's a challenge that we also experience because when you go to commercial lender, they want to hear that you've started your business 2 years ago. So they are lending more or less to those who have already established themselves. But you who wants to start business, I think MCF now is coming in with a solution that you only need to use that LIPA number, what we call TIN number back in Kenya, for at least 6 months. So 3 to 6 months, we should start financing you. So that means, in a way or the other, MCF looks ways of assisting those who are starting up business by simply telling you use the LIPA number or the till or the digital payments, use the mobile money power to access credit within 6 months. There was also this other challenge of absence of LIPA number. I'm sure that's a big issue in Tanzania. Someone doesn't have a LIPA number already, but they're interested with our loans. That's a major challenge, even back home. So we don't stop there. We continue innovating and seeing which other products can suit you. So currently in Kenya, we look at claims advance, which is you receiving insurance payments. You have an insurance administrator. Then we ask ourselves, what amount of data can we look at and structure loans for you that doesn't have LIPA number? So those who don't have LIPA number, it's a similar challenge back home, but again, we look at other channels if you're receiving insurance payments. Now, a big challenge, of course, here and back home is cost of transaction. You'll find that patients might shy away using that number just because they are transactional costs. And of course, I'm looking at my colleague here, Vodacom. It's nice to see how can we manage the cost of transaction for that patient who would be willing to use LIPA number, but they are shying away because of that cost. In Kenya,
Yeah, thank you everyone. And thank you Medical Credit for organizing this. My name is Michael. Basically, I'm a strategist by profession, and I develop a lot of financial digital tools for telcos. So some of the telcos here, they know the struggle we have getting much for regulatory framework to get things approved when it comes to money. Yeah. Maybe in Kenya, what the Kenyans are doing, they've created an enabling environment. So that is none of our business since we are not policy makers here. So let's go down to the business. I think yeah, one of the challenges in inclusive financing to businesses is how we are being oriented. Yeah, how we are being oriented. Let me make it very clear, because some of you might have Googled my name now. They know where I came from. But there are those who are starting a business, and those who are growing a business. So the two have different sources of money. Let's take note, not politics here. For a startup, you go to a bank, will a bank listen? Let's be honest. Why? Because startup, they have source of money. It's known. There are three sources of startup money. Which are those? 3 F's. We all know those. I don't want to lecture you. The first, you want to start a business, go to family. Second, go to friends. The third, listen carefully. The third, go to fools. You can, you know, unaweza ukamsifia mtu unajua wewe ni babu kubwa kiongozi anakupa hela, si ndio? So we call fools, eh? So for startup, go to 3F first to get things started. But for growth, don't go again to an uncle to look for money to expand your business. You look stupid. You're doing business and you're coming to me, am I a business? I'm not business. Or if you get that one, then you really have to prepare yourself under the terms that you're going to agree. Now, when it comes to digital now, it minimizes the gap between the startup and growth, for growth. And one of the very innovative ideas is using lipa number, but this kind of songesha kind. And in many other countries, they've get money now, pay later. Now they make it sure for all the people, they can get any medical facility and they pay later. Kama ni dukani. Lakini kwa biashara, really biashara inataka principles. So one of the things that I've really seen it, because I have done a lot of training with the medical credit fund, is making ourselves bankable. How do you make yourself bankable? Let's ask yourself. Because, you know, money into the bank, it does not belong to bankers. It belongs to all of us. How would you go to a bank to look for your money and they tell you, no, you're doing plan? How would you feel? I didn't know this until when I became a banker, owner of a banker. So what I'm suggesting is that we have to make ourselves bankable. How do you make yourself bankable? Trust is one. You don't buy a trust. Savings behavior. You don't want to save $1 million if you don't save.
Where you want. Kwa hiyo mimi ningetaka kuambia wenzangu kwamba to get to access hasa vijana, make yourself bankable. Lakini kwa upande wa mwisho nimalizie kwamba kwenye hii facility nafikiri watu wengi wana
basi inabidi uende kuumiza. Huko madaktari wala nini wala hospitalini. Mtaenda huko na hutopata faida. Hizi huduma bado watu wanafikiria. Lakini ya mwisho niseme wazi kwamba mnapofanya hizi vitu msije mkasema eti hii ni service. Kitu
Thank you so much. Nick?
Thank you so much. I think my comments will be first around what we just heard, very important insights from our audience here. And
What we are being told is ukipewa pesa deni dawa yake ni kufanya nini? Ni kulipa. And you cannot really grow without partners. That is given. But of course another challenge comes up where some people are given debt and you find yourself in CRB, another challenge. So avoid finding yourself in CRB, because the moment you're listed there, then you're losing all the chances of growing your business through any other partner. So my final comments would be to just recap that this mobile phone that we hold today is the power. It holds a lot of data that is enabling us to access these loans and bringing us to now financial inclusivity. Those who are not bankable, just through mobile money payments, you become bankable, and again you become attractive to those other financial lenders out there. So thank you so much for listening to me.
Okay, a lot has already been said. What I can say is that medical credit funds aim is to improve business quality in healthcare facility and to impact the growth. So that's the big aim, that's our drive. So we are not only doing financing, debt financing, but our drive is impacting those business, improving the quality, and in turn improving the healthcare community services. As Nick said, we are not here to compete with financial institution, other financial institutions. In fact, when other financial institutions innovate product like this, for us we see it as an improvement. Is growing, is toward bridging the gap on the financing in these healthcare facilities.
Asante sana, improving quality. Dr. Mwenda.
Thank you so much. Digital loan is quick, accessible, and with a low interest rate. So if you can use it very wisely, it will make your business grow. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Key things, we need to be bankable, and I was really happy to get questions from medical students. So this is the platform that we really get to learn and understand that there are other opportunities. Na shule tumepewa, wale tuliowafanya biashara, but also that it looks like it's possible to aspire to be a business person because of these platforms. So thank you so much. I know there is something from THS before we completely close. THS?
Thank you. Good afternoon. Okay, we have an award for MCF, and we would like Dr. Mary Rose from Jafaigo to come and give it on behalf.
Delphina, I would ask you to receive an award on behalf of MCF, please. And as we're receiving an award, I would ask also our panelists we have to take a group photo, and yes, Karen.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause for this excellent panel. To the Vodacom team, to Farm Access team. So on behalf of THS, can I please award this to you and your team as a recognition for THS 2025. And this award is presented to MCF in appreciation of your continuous commitment and leadership in strengthening health systems across Tanzania and beyond. So big congratulations.
Thank you so much. Makofi tena tafadhali. Asante sana Dr. Mary Rose. I would request our panelists please to stand for a group photo. Thank you so much na tunashukuru sana. Have a good evening and God bless you. Thank you. Please don't forget to scan for further information on my left side for more information and probably apply for a loan. Thank you.